Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Choose read to me. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Thanks, Mr. Tumble. What a lovely nursery rhyme. Now it's time to explore the rhyme. Can you tap on the clouds? Well done. Look at all of those stars. Can you tap on the star to see what will happen? Whoa! Look, it's turned into a diamond. Let's tap on the stars and count how many there are. 1, 2. Well done! There are 5 twinkly stars. Can you tap on the stars to play a tune? Well done! What a twinkly tune! How many stars were there? 2, 3, 5. That's right! What was the star like up in the sky? A diamond, a firework, a disco ball. That's right! What was the star doing? Sleeping, twinkling, eating. That's right! The end.
Go Jetters! Rio Relay Race.
Choose read to me to hear the...
We were flying to Brazil in South America for the Go-Jet Games. The Go-Jetters were practicing for the Go-Jet Relay Race. Okay, team, said Cayenne. To ace this race, we need to be really good at passing the baton to each other. Let's practice again, said Zuli. Swipe the baton to pass it to Zuli. Aced it, said Cayenne, as Zuli took the baton and zoomed ahead. But when she tried to pass it to Paz, he dropped it. Oops. Sorry, team. Don't worry, said Lars. Let's try again. As they carried on practicing, Jetpad flew towards Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Use your finger to guide Jetpad to Rio. Grandmaster Glitch was already in Rio. I've heard the Rio Carnival is the biggest party party in the world, and I'm ready to party. Grimbots, reveal my carnival float. Burst the balloons to reveal Grandmaster Glitch's float. Gorgeous! Time to show off my fabulous float in the carnival parade. Grimbles, I'm right at the back. Grimbot, stop all those floats so I can get to the front. We're almost there, I said. We're flying over the Rio Carnival. Let's take a look. Tap the screen to see the carnival. Those dancers don't look happy, said Foz. What's wrong? Grandmaster Glitch's float was barging its way to the front. Out of my way! Not cool, said Zuli. But why have all the other floats stopped? Jetpad showed us why. Following Glitch's instructions, the Grimbots were blocking the Rio Carnival. The Rio Carnival had been glitched. Keep tapping to pile more Grimbots on. Nobody can get through. We can fix this, said Cayenne. Zuli shouted to the Vroomster. Use your finger to put each go-jetter in their seat. Great work. Tap on each go-jetter to fasten their seat belts. Good work. Now press on the launch button. Awesome! Zuli lifted Glitch's float out of the way. Glitch wasn't happy. Use your finger to move Glitch's float to the back of the parade. Great job! Oi! No jetters! I want to be at the front of the parade. Let me go, now! He sent some Grimbots to detach his float from the Vroomster. Swipe the Grimbot to launch them and detach my float. They missed! Try again! Good shot! The float dropped onto a hillside and slid down it towards the parade. Too fast! Shouted Glitch. He pulled the brake so hard that the handle broke off and he dropped it. Grimbles! No brakes! Go Jetters, that out-of-control float is heading right for the parade. And the other floats can't get out of the way because the Grimbots are still blocking them, I explained. Ubercorn, we need click-ons, shouted Cayenne. You got it, Cayenne, I said. Tap on each go-getter to give them their click-ons. That's great. Now, Zuli and Foz, use your click-ons to knock those Grimbots down, I said. Tap on Zuli and Foz to help them knock down the Grimbots. Geographic. Great work. We've got to fix this break back onto the float, said Cayenne. But his Geo board hit a rock and started to malfunction. Lars, you'll have to take this, he shouts. Tap on Cayenne to help him pass the break to Lars. Got it, said Lars, and sped ahead to the float. He fitted the brake back in place. Great work, Go-Jetters! The carnival's saved, and Glitch's float is right where it belongs, at the back of the parade. You see, Grandmaster Glitch, cheaters never win. Rimbles! You totally aced that brake handover, Lars, Cayenne said. Thanks, Cayenne. It was great practice for the relay race. Which is starting right now, said Zuli. Go, Jetters, go! The Go-Jetters did brilliantly in the Go-Jet Games relay race. Use your finger to help Lars cross the finish line first. The team came first and won Geo-Star medals. Star medal selfie, we all cheered. Press the button to take a star medal selfie. Great work, Go-Jetters! Where was the relay race being held? Paris, London, Rio de Janeiro.
That's right.
What did Grandmaster Glitch use to block the carnival route? Grimbots, Mustache, Palm Tree.
That's right.
Who helped knock down Grandmaster Glitch's blockade? Lars and Cayenne, Zuli and Foz, Ubercord.
That's right.
How would you like to decorate a float for a carnival?
The end. Something special. Mr. Tumble in the snow. Choose
Mr. Tumble is in the snow, hiding from me. I wonder where Mr. Tumble could be. Is Mr. Tumble hiding behind the icy wall? No, it's a cheeky snowman throwing a snowy snowball. Is Mr. Tumble hiding on the frosty path? No, it's a little robin taking an icy bath. Is Mr. Tumble hiding near the ice ring? No, it's a slippery slidey penguin stopping for a drink. Is Mr. Tumble hiding in the igloo? it's a cheeky baby seal waiting to see you. Is Mr. Tumble hiding behind the polar bear? Yes, Mr. Tumble, we're hiding over there. Hello, Mr. Tumble, we're happy we found you. You're our friend, and we're your friends too. Tap on the screen to see who's hiding. Who was hiding in the frosty path? A penguin? A robin? A baby seal?
That's right.
What colour was the penguin? Black and white? Red and blue? Green and yellow?
That's right.
Where was Mr. Tumble hiding? Behind the wall? Behind the polar bear? In the igloo?
Try again. That's right.
What would you make in the snow?
The end.
Peter Rabbit. 3 up a tree.
Choose read to me.
Peter, Benjamin and I were racing through the woods away from the dastardly Mr. Todd. Mr. Todd was hungry and wanted to catch us for his supper. Rabbits are brave, Benjamin told himself. But he was worried. How would we get away? Peter realised we were close to our treehouse in the squirrel camp. We could hide up there. Can you find the lift to our treehouse? Quick, head to the lift, shouted Peter. Can you help us get up into the treehouse? Swipe your finger upwards to make the lift go up. Hooray! Yay! We ascended up, up and away into the trees. By the time Mr. Todd caught up with us, we had disappeared. Where did the rabbits go? Mr. Todd wondered. Rabbits can't disappear into thin air, he shouted as he looked around the base of the tree. Mr. Todd had no idea that we were right above his head. High up in the squirrel camp, Peter, Benjamin and I giggled as we told our friend Squirrel Nutkin about our daring escape. That was a close one, recalled Peter. Nutkin listened intently as he juggled hazelnuts very high in the air. Can you help Nutkin juggle the hazelnuts? Use your finger to spin the hazelnuts around. We were very impressed. That's nothing. Watch this, said Squirrel Nutkin as he threw one nut into the air and tried to catch it in his mouth, but he missed. The nut fell to the ground, bounced and landed right in the gears of the camp's lift. Oh no, not again, sighed Nutkin. He bounced over to the nut and started to pull, but it was stuck. Quick, let's help him, said Peter, and we began to pull. Can you tap on Nutkin's hazelnut to release it from the gears? Pop! We pulled so hard that the nut sprang high into the air, but so did all the gears. Without the gears to hold it in place, the lift fell to the ground and landed with a crash. Meanwhile, back on the ground, Mr. Todd had a curious sound, like something very big falling. Yow! He shouted as he looked up and saw a big wooden lift falling right on top of him. Can you swipe Mr. Todd to move him away from the falling lift? He leapt to safety just as the lift crashed to the ground. What on earth? Rabbits! This is something to do with the rabbits! I'd better stay close to this tree. No doubt they'll be back soon, schemed Mr. Todd as he sat himself down to wait for our return. Back in the squirrel camp, we were worried. Without the lift, we'll be stuck up here forever, said Benjamin. We'll never be able to get down, I said. Never say never. We'll find a way, said Peter. Let's check out my dad's journal. I'm sure there will be something in there that can help us. Can you tap on Peter's satchel to find the journal? Here it is. Let's look through it now, said Peter. Can you swipe the pages of the journal to help us find a way out of the squirrel camp? Peter said, very interesting, but let's keep going. More maps. Try the next page. Peter found a page on how to make a lift. This was just what we needed to save the day. We looked around the camp to find the objects for their new lift. I spied something we could ride in. Can you find something we could ride in? Brilliant! You helped me find a bucket. We can use that to ride up and down. Peter looked for a wheel, but he couldn't see one in the camp. Peter knew a wheel was really just a circle, so he looked for something that was shaped like a circle. Can you find something that is shaped like a circle in the squirrel camp? The barrel is like a wheel. It has a circle shape. We could use that, said Peter. We assembled the lift and the squirrels used their strength to hold the rope, ready to lower us. Can you swipe the lift to help lower us down to the ground? We glided down on our new lift and soon we were happy on the ground. But we didn't see that behind the lift, Mr. Todd lay asleep at the base of the tree. He awoke with a start. Wah! Where did you come from? Never mind. Come here, Mr. Todd shouted as he headed straight for the lift. We were trapped! Quick, everyone jump! Peter yelled. Can you tap on each of us to get us to safety? We leapt from the lift, just as Mr. Todd dove right into it. Mr. Todd was now stuck in the bucket. Last, get me out of this thing, shouted Mr. Todd. No way, Mr. Todd. In fact, I've a brilliant idea to send you far away, said Peter. Can you help us push the bucket? Mr. Todd rolled away and out of sight. He won't bother us any more today, said Peter. Who knew a lift could be so handy, I laughed. I'm just glad to be on the ground. Is it time to go home yet? Said Benjamin. We all laughed. Come on, let's hop to it, said Peter, as we hopped our way home after a day of adventures. What was Squirrel Nutkin juggling? Balls, hazelnuts, radishes.
That's right.
What did Peter use to find a way of making a lift? The journal, Nutkin's house, the map.
Try again. Try again. That's right.
What did Mr. Todd get stuck in? The bucket? The barrel? A hole?
That's right.
How do you think Peter's dad learned how to make a lift?
The end. Choose read to me to hear the story read to you, or
One summer day, Peter, Lily, Benjamin and Cottontail were hopping through the woods when they heard a stomping noise.
Quick, hide!
Said Peter. Quickly! Can you help everyone hide behind the bush by tapping on them? The bunnies hid behind a bush as Mr. McGregor walked past with his cat.
That means
Said Peter.
no one is guarding his garden!
The rabbits hopped into Mr. McGregor's garden and nibbled the juicy fruit and vegetables. Then they decided to collect some to take home for their families. Can you tap on each of the fruits and vegetables to help collect them? As the bunnies gathered the goodies, they sang,
Roots, fruits, greens and beans.
Their singing drifted over the garden wall, where Mr. Todd was walking by. The fearsome fox licked his lips and peered into the garden. The rabbits had piled up lots of food.
Why don't we have some lunch?
Suggested Peter.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Cried Mr. Todd, leaping towards them.
Run!
Quickly, tap on the rabbits to make them run. Benjamin tried to hide in the strawberry patch, but Mr. Todd spotted him.
Rabbits are brave, rabbits are brave,
Said Benjamin, trembling. Mr. Todd was about to grab Benjamin when he was hit by a flying carrot. Then another, as Peter pelted him with vegetables. Can you help Peter to carry on throwing carrots at Mr. Todd by tapping the screen? The four bunnies ran away and hid amongst the cauliflowers.
Come out, wherever you are.
Called the fox, prowling around the garden.
Peter, look who's back!
Whispered Lily, spotting Mr. McGregor's cat on the windowsill inside the house.
That's it! We get Mr. McGregor to scare off Mr. Todd for us,
Said Peter. Peter's little sister, Cottontail, was the smallest bunny. So he asked her to sneak through a tiny gap to the house and get Mr. McGregor's attention. Mr. Todd's nose twitched as Cottontail sneaked past him towards the house.
I smell rabbit.
He said.
You're pretty stinky yourself,
Shouted Peter, jumping up to divert his attention.
It seems our little game of hide and seek is over.
Said Mr. Todd, face to face with Peter, Benjamin and Lily. They were trapped. Cottontail knocked on the window to try and wake the cat, but it didn't work. Can you help Cottontail shout peekaboo into the microphone to wake up the cat? 1, 2, 3, peekaboo! That's it! Well done! The cat woke up and tumbled from the windowsill in surprise.
What's the problem, Cat?
Asked Mr. McGregor, and he went outside to investigate. In the garden, Mr. Todd was about to pounce when suddenly a trowel flew through the air towards him.
Stop there, you wee thieves!
Yelled Mr. McGregor. The angry gardener chased Mr. Todd out of the garden, and the friends celebrated with a bunny dance, cheering,
Cottontail!
Yay! The bunnies escaped under the garden gate,
We made it!
said Benjamin,
Shame we never got any food though.
said Lily. Suddenly, a hail of carrots, radishes, and green beans came flying over the wall. Mr. McGregor was throwing them at Mr. Todd. Can you help collect the vegetables by tapping on each of them?
Lucky for us, he's better at growing than he is at throwing.
Laughed Peter. The friends gathered as much as they could carry and went home for a fabulous feast. Who threw carrots at Mr. Todd? Benjamin, Lily, Peter,
That's right.
who shouted peekaboo to wake Mr. McGregor's cat? Cottontail, Peter, Benjamin.
That's right.
Cottontail was very brave. Can you tell me about a time when you had to be brave? Where do you think Mr. McGregor was taking his cat?
Choose read to me to hear.
Can you hear that? It's the clock chiming, and you know what that means. It's time for us to go on an adventure. I'll need to take my backpack. What do you think I should bring? Perfect. Right, now we're ready. Spinning the hands on the clock means I can travel back 65 million years to the time of the dinosaurs. Can you spin the hands on the clock? Whoa, look at this place. What's that on the ground? Let's brush the dirt away to get a better look. It looks like the footprint of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's very small. What's that rustling noise coming from the bushes? If it's a grown-up T-Rex, I better be careful. They can grow as tall as a giraffe and can weigh as much as a double-decker bus. I definitely need to find somewhere to hide. Can you help me? Oh, try again. Thank goodness. Whew. It's just a baby T-Rex. It seems to be lost. Let's help it find its way home. But how will it know that I'm its friend? I know. Let's roar like a dinosaur. 3, 2, 1, roar! Right, let's get you home. This place is amazing. We seem to have walked a very long way with no sign of the mother. I wonder which way we should go. These trees are so tall. How can I get a better view? I know. I'll climb up these vines. Ooh, what's that coming towards me? It's the mother. She is huge. And she's bound to spot me, as she has fantastic eyesight. Oh no, I can't see a thing. Would you mind wiping the slime off my face, please? Ah, that's better. Thanks. Did you see the size of her teeth? They were so long, almost as long as my forearm. Ah, look! The mum and baby are back together, and luckily, she seems to have forgotten about me. For now, anyway. I better make a quick escape before she spots me again. The bite of a T-Rex is the most powerful of any creature that has ever lived. I need to get back to the clock. How am I going to get down from this huge tree quickly? Now, what was in my backpack again? A waterproof? Well, that won't help. A frisbee? Well, that's no good either. What's this? A giant whoopee cushion. Now that could give me a soft landing. Let's blow it up. Whoa! What an adventure we've had. Sadly, it's time to head back. Can you spin the hands on the clock to send me home? Thanks. Off I go. Bye-bye. How much does a T-Rex weigh? The same as a double-decker bus, the same as a car, the same as an elephant.
That's right.
How big is an adult T-Rex tooth? The size of my finger, the size of my hand, the size of my forearm.
Try again. That's right.
Whose footprint did Andy find in the dirt? A baby T-Rex, a baby Triceratops, a baby Diplodocus.
Try again. Try again. That's right.
If you could be a dinosaur, which one would you be and why?